The Garden That Remembered Every Footstep. English Story Level 6. On the outskirts of Greenlow stood a peculiar garden known as Whisper Grove, famous for its lush vines that moved as though guided by an invisible breeze. Generations of villagers believed the garden remembered every visitor, adjusting its pathways based on the person who entered. 16-year-old Mara, who had inherited her grandmother's old cottage nearby, often heard stories that the garden protected secrets from the past. One warm evening, Mara wandered through Whisper Grove, hoping to find inspiration for her art. As she stepped onto the moss-covered path, the vines rustled softly like murmuring voices. Flowers opened in her direction, and the stone walkway reorganized itself beneath her feet, forming a trail that hadn't existed moments before. Mara followed it, mesmerized by the glowing petals and drifting fireflies that illuminated her way. The path led her to an overgrown fountain she had never seen before, its basin filled with strange silver water reflecting the sky like a mirror. As she peered into it, the reflection shifted into scenes from the past, her grandmother walking the same path decades earlier, speaking to a figure hidden beneath a leafy archway. The vision felt so real that Mara reached out instinctively, causing the water to ripple and transform. A soft hum vibrated through the garden as the vines parted to reveal a secluded grove containing a stone pedestal. Resting atop it was a small wooden box covered in carvings of flowers and swirling patterns. Mara opened the box carefully and found a faded letter addressed to her. Confused, she unfolded it and discovered her grandmother's handwriting. The letter spoke of a hidden bond between their family and the living garden. According to the letter, Whisper Grove was not merely a magical place. It was alive with memory. The ancestors had entrusted the garden with their deepest secrets, and it responded only to those who held enough empathy to understand its language. Mara's grandmother wrote that the garden would one day guide Mara to something she needed, but only when she was ready to face the truth about her family. As Mara read, the ground trembled slightly. The vines curled protectively around the pedestal, urging her to continue deeper into the grove. She reached a stone wall covered in blooming flowers, which slowly opened like curtains to reveal a hidden door. When she stepped inside, she found a chamber containing dozens of journals, paintings, and artifacts left by her ancestors' artists, healers, storytellers, each with unique connections to the garden. But the chamber also held something unexpected, a canvas covered with a cloth. When Mara uncovered it, she froze. The painting showed her standing in Whisper Grove, surrounded by glowing vines, though she had never posed for such a picture. The date in the corner indicated it was painted before she was born. It was a prophecy of sorts, a sign that the garden had foreseen her arrival and her role in its legacy. Overwhelmed, Mara placed her hand on the painting. The vines reacted immediately, wrapping gently around her wrist, their glow spreading into her skin. A warm rush of energy filled her mind, carrying the memories of the garden, its history, and the emotions of everyone who had ever walked its paths. She realized the garden had chosen her as its next guardian, entrusted with protecting its living memory. When she left the chamber, the garden glowed brighter than ever before. Whisper Grove had finally revealed its truth, and the pathway shifted in gratitude as Mara walked home. She knew her life had changed forever, and that every footstep she took from now on would echo in the garden's memory.